All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to break down the absolute heart of the Python Pandas library, the series. It's the foundational building block for pretty much all data analysis. And by the end of this, you are going to have it mastered. So think about it. You've got a single column of data, right? It could be product revenues, student grades, daily temperatures, whatever. Just a list of numbers. How do you actually start to work with that effectively without a ton of hassle? Well, that's where the Pandas series comes in. It is purpose-built for this exact problem, to grab one specific dimension of your data, like that single column of revenue, and let you analyze it in a really powerful and efficient way. So what exactly is it? The easiest way to think about it is like a single column in a spreadsheet, but honestly with superpowers. It's a one-dimensional array that can hold any kind of data, numbers, text, you name it. And here's the crucial part, it has labels. And here's the best part. You don't need to learn 100 different things. To really master the series, you only need to understand these three core ideas, what I call the three pillars: creating the column, giving it a custom index, and then performing math on it. That's it. Let's break them down. Okay, pillar number one, just creating the thing. Before we can do any cool analysis, we have to get our raw data into the right format, right? So let's start at square one. And just look how simple this is. You import pandas, of course. Then you take a plain old Python list of prices, just 2530, and you feed it into the pd.series function. And boom. Just like that, it's not a list anymore. It's a structured, ready-to-use Pandas series. Now look a little closer here. See those numbers on the left, the 0 and the 1? Pandas just adds those for you automatically. That's the default index, and it's basically just a way to keep track of each item's position. It's helpful, but we can do a lot better. And that leads us perfectly into our second pillar, custom indexing. This is where we ditch those generic numbers and add some real, human-readable context to our data. And the difference is just night and day, isn't it? On the left, we've got that generic 0 and 1 index. It's kind of meaningless. But on the right, we have descriptive labels. We actually know what we're looking at. So, how do we pull that off? It is super easy. You just add the index parameter to the function. You give it a list of labels, in this case, pack and milk, that correspond to your data points. And just like that, our column isn't just a list of numbers anymore. It's a smart, searchable array where we know exactly what each price refers to. All right, which brings us to the third and final pillar, which is all about actually doing stuff with the data. This is where the magic happens, mathematical operations. Now that our data is structured and labeled, we can start asking questions and getting instant insights. You've probably heard this quote before, right? The goal is to turn data into information and information into insight. Well, this step, doing the math, this is where that transformation really happens. And this is the real payoff. Once you have a series, you can apply these powerful functions directly to it. You want the average price? Just call .mean. Need the highest or lowest value? Use .max or .min. The calculation is applied to the entire column instantly, giving you a result like 27.5. No loops, no fuss. Okay, that was a whirlwind tour of our three pillars. Let's pull it all together into a quick reference guide so you have it all in one place. This table sums it all up perfectly. For basic column creation, just pd.series. To add context, you include the index parameter with your labels. And for those instant insights, you call a math function like .mean directly on your series. Simple, powerful, and really effective. Now it's your turn. Theory is great, but the best way to learn is by doing. So let's tackle a quick little data challenge. Here's the mission. First, create a series named Mark to store a list of student marks. Second, update it to use each student's name as a custom index. And third, calculate the average mark. Go ahead and pause right here, open up a notebook, and give it a shot. And that's it. Whether you paused and tried the challenge or just followed along, by understanding those three pillars, creation, indexing, and operations, you have officially mastered the foundational unit of data analysis in Pandas. It's a huge step. So the only question left is, now that you know how to master a single column of data, what fascinating insights are you going to uncover in your own projects? Thanks for joining me.